rising, family. Good rising. Black Phoenix checking in this morning, and I just wanted to talk to you about a small topic, something that's been on my mind over the weekend. Just seeing how people respond, seeing how you deal with building relationships and past relationships, and working on future relationships, and just networking with your people, networking with your community. And one thing I just realized, and I think it's safe to say this, that most people want what they're not willing to give. And what I mean by that, I have just been noticing how sometimes people think it's some type of secret recipe to success, to really getting to where you want to get to. And the recipe to it is work ethics, is grind, is consistency, is not giving up, is surrounding yourself with the information you need, getting the education, putting yourself in front of the right people, the right things you're trying to pursue. But you have to be willing to give it. And it goes back to a basic principle that says those who give will receive. And you think of that and you say, you know what, you know, why do I got to give something to receive something? But when you're starting out, especially if you're independent, being independent, or when I say independent, I mean even representing yourself as a person, representing yourself as a company, representing yourself as a business, however, an independent person, whatever. When you're representing yourself and you're growing, you have to realize if you're building a business and you're building a business that you say you got a target to help a certain community. Well, if you're authentic and you're genuine about what you're building, then you're gonna have to go to the community and actually give them what you have to offer them for free first. Yes, there's no secrets. There's no secrets. You got to put the work in. You got to go through the steps. If you miss it, listen. If you take if it asks for three eggs and you put one, it ain't gonna come out right. You know what I mean? So it's just the truth, man. And the more I see now that people want the followers, like for instance, like say we're upcoming YouTubers and we're building our channel and we're building our brand and our awareness on what we're trying to put out there. If it's clothing, if it's education, if it's finances, if it's travel, if it's photography, video, whatever you do, people do, But it always blows my mind how when people get started, a lot of people do this. They might have 100 subscribers, couple hundred, almost 1,000 or 1,000, and they'll have people that's engaged. Now, you're gonna always have people just come through just to say BS. You got them. But then you have people that you see all the time that'll come through and leave a comment. Hey, keep going. I like what you're doing. You can't find the time to at least like their comment or say I appreciate it. You know what I mean? When you see it, I know you might get flooded, but at least you can hit the like button when you get a chance. Sometimes it can get overwhelming once you get a lot, but I think if you set it up like a text message in your phone to get the important messages, that way when you get one, you can instantly respond like a text message, and that way you can be engaged. And that's what I do. I set certain messages up to my phone where I can receive them from my followers or supporters. That way, if it's not no BS, I try to get to it, hit the like button, and I might come back and comment, later, or comment then if I got the time. But I try to give organically what I want. You know what I mean? I want, more supporters. I want my message to get out there. I want to grow my channel and get more subscribers, but I know I have to give to those I have. See, I think a lot of times we don't take care of the people that we do have. And honestly, it can come from different aspects, man. It can be sometimes you can get clouded dealing with life, and you might have one person or two people in your corner that's like really, really strong. and you all caught up with what's going on, and you neglect the two that you really, really got, and you thinking I ain't got nobody, but you got somebody, but you pushing them to the side because you want something else, but you're not willing to give them the love that they're giving you. You see what I'm saying? So I think it just worked both ways, man. I think it's wise that we consider that coming into 2021 because life and stress and things happen. But we have to remember that you got to be willing to give what you want. So, if you want people to like your stuff, you want subscribers, you want people to share your movement, then you're gonna have to share theirs. I share people's stuff organically. I like it. If it's something that I like it. If it's something I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? But I share people's stuff organically, not asking for nothing. I don't spam people, you know what I mean? But if I have followers, I might on my Instagram, especially, I might inbox a video clip or something, or something that I seen, you know what I mean, from time to time. But that's just to show organic love, something I seen. I say, hey, because this is the way I look at it. If I see something and it strikes my attention, and maybe it's 10 people that I see all the time in my community, I might share it with those 10 people. You know what I mean? Because they might be on the same train of thought. This might can help them. You know what I mean? And I feel like ain't nothing wrong with sharing it. You can open it or not. You know what I mean? But I don't send things for financial gain. I feel like you get your financial gain by your products, by your work ethics, by what you have to offer. And I feel like everybody got a different financial situation. So, you know, it ain't all about financial support at times. You know what I mean? We all know we got bills to pay. Everybody got bills to pay. We understand that. So we got to have something to bring the bills in. We got to have some services, some products, but it's also about just networking, sharing organically, or saying, I had a few people that a guy that before he reached out and got one of my consultations from me. He was sharing some of my stuff. He said, man, I like what you're doing, man. I'm not where I need to be at right now, but I want to network with you. You know what I mean? And I respected that because I had been there. And he just wasn't saying, hey, man, I just want something. He was like, hey, I see what you got to offer. I feel it's worth it. I just don't get it at the moment, but I can. Hey, I can do this. I can share some things. But once I get it, I'm going to come and holler at you. And that's what that brother did, man. And you know what? I get a lot of respect for him because some people just want something. You know what I mean? They want your time, and your time is valuable. They want you to spend time and talk to them. They want you to listen to their problems, but not invest in nothing in what you got going on. Like, you ain't sharing none of my stuff? Have you even got a t-shirt? You know what I mean? Nothing. But you want me to give you my time, and time is valuable. And we have to understand that concept, man. If you want someone to support you, if you want someone to listen to you, if you want someone to organically help you or push you or encourage you, then you're going to have to give that to someone else or to them or whoever. You know what I mean? Because, the old saying, as you do unto someone else, you do unto me. So if you treat this person, the lowest person, with respect and dignity and honor, then you never know that the big person over here is watching how you treat that person, how you carry them and say, hey, I want them a part of my team. I like him. I like his character. And then you get this call, hey, come up here, come sit here. It's an old um, parable that said that it's better to be called up to a position than to put yourself there and be removed. Think about that. It's better to be called to a position to put yourself there like, oh, I deserve this. And then those people that's over you say, nah, no, you don't. And move you in front of everybody. That's embarrassing. And it can happen. You know what I mean? So I think that we have to be real with ourselves. You know what I mean? That what we give or what we want, we have to give. And I want to salute all of my Black brothers and sisters today, because today is the first day of Black History Month. And I think that, we should do a lot of reflecting, not just on, most definitely on where we're being, but on where we're going. Getting all that information and just realizing, man, where are we going from here? Where do we want to go from here? I think it's important, man, that we reflect and just realize the pain, the struggle, the deaths, the horrific things that happen to our people, the rapes, the murders, and knowing what they really, really did it for. Did they do it for socialism? Nah. If you think about it, the main thing they did everything for was for freedom. Freedom just to be like the next person. It's free. You know what I mean? We realized that we weren't going to be accepted, but even though we tried, you know what I mean? If you look through the movement, and that's why I feel like um, the late great Dr. King got assassinated, because he woke up and started seeing the true need of our people, that we got to have finance. We just can't be, you just can't let us out of slavery and let us go and say, huh? That's why Lincoln had that written in there saying, oh, we're going to give them this 40 acres in the mule to help them, because you have to have some land, some ownership to rebuild. And if you don't have that, you got to think, how can you really do it? So we have to, if we don't have that, which a lot of us don't, we have to use our earned income. And that's why, I believe, I don't like jobs. I believe use a job to build your independence, you know what I mean? And then once you, where you need to be at, let it go, you know what I mean? But do what you have to do. I didn't bounce back, you know what I mean? I like, in Phoenix, I used to always, get side little contracts from side, contractors. Here, it's like, I can't network like that. But I used to network with a lot of independent contractors and companies, where I go out and do some of their field work. When they get overloaded, they hit me up, and I just do that. I charge them a certain fee, 10-9 work. You know what I mean? I do it now if I could, but here, it's kind of like it's, it's different. Just say that. But I'm always open to networking. I call it ATM money. You know what I mean? I'm always wanting to get that bag so I can be able to put it to somewhere else. But you have to be willing. I just wanted to say that you have to be willing to give to others or to someone what you are wanting to get from someone. And once you do that, you're gonna see those doors open. Like, it's gonna be evident, you know what I mean, that things gonna change. But you can't just, think someone is going to give you everything, just give you what they got, just save you. You know what I mean? You can't save everyone. You know what I mean? I can only help those who help themselves. You know what I mean? I realized that during that time, for those who do know and don't know, when I did that decade, man, I did those 10 years from 16 to 26. Walking through there, man, I realized that it was some people that I wished I could have helped, but I couldn't help them, because me trying to help them and they weren't willing to help themselves would have put me in the same situation that they was in. So I had to just worry about me. You see what I'm saying? I had to take care of those who was willing to fight too. Because if I jump in here and say, hey, bro, I can help you, but you got to fight with me, and I jump in there and you don't fight, we both get messed up. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I know, at least I got to know, if both of us fighting, we both gonna be messed up. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna be left alone. You know what I mean? And a lot of people do that. They'll call you to a fight, and they'll take all run and leave you fighting. You know what I mean? I've been there, literally. You know what I mean? So I've always took up and tried to help people that was less fortunate, because and because it just in me. You know what I mean? I have helped few people in prison, keep them from getting raped. Like, a few people I've helped, try to gather, hey man, don't leave them dudes over there, man. You're gonna put yourself in a situation. Or some people that I even witnessed that, while they was around me in the barracks, I could, try to help them. But once they got out and got to doing their thing, man, it was like, damn. I know a couple good little homies, man, that I hate to see went down a detrimental road in prison. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't stand up for themselves. You know what I mean? And if I can't help you. I can't fight for you. You know what I mean? If you don't fight for yourself, if you don't defend for yourself, all I can do is watch it happen to you. You know what I mean? Be like, damn, I hate to see him go out like that. But I can't put myself in that situation. Like, I got a few other homies that I wish I could have really saved, man. You know what I mean? They got turned out in prison that really didn't want to do that, but they didn't fight. They didn't even want to stand up for themselves. And what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? If I jump in there, I can't get myself jeopardized with this dude and they homies trying to save somebody that don't want to save themselves. You know what I mean? So, in there I had to have a tougher heart, looking at things and dealing with people. So today, I still, my emotions to deal with people on certain levels, man. I have to see people that's hungry. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that I really gravitate to help. Those who hungry, those who willing to help themselves, and I'm willing to give my time and assist them too. But I can see through the people that just talking. You know what I mean? And a lot of people be like, man, how you judge? Nah, man. You gotta think. You know, it says you know the tree by the fruit it bears. You ain't got to tell me that's no apple tree if it's apples on it. But if I know it's a lemon tree, you ain't finna tell me it's no apple tree. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. If you being in that situation help me have discernment where I can read character because character don't lie. You can lie with this, but you ain't finna lie about the way you act, the way you carry yourself, the who you are as a person. It's gonna come out. You know what I mean? It's always funny when you have a person enter a new relationship and they always try to hide who they are. And after about a couple weeks of that person, 2, 3 weeks, a month, that person getting around, they're like, man, I didn't know they was messed up like that because they've been showing you somebody else. Now they get to slipping out who they really are, besides it just being who they are. And I think it's easier to me personally to be me. I be me. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm an Aries. So, I'm the type of person stuff can get me in my feelings. I get mad about something and then I'm over it. I don't hold grudges. You know what I mean? I just deal with issues. If we gotta do some head busting, let's bump our head. Let's get this situation. We got to fight whatever. We got to go through this drama. Let's go through it, and then I'm done. That's just how I am. You know what I mean? I don't hold grudges. Or, I just deal with the opposition or the ops or the problem or dilemma, whatever the drama as it comes. I put my head down and go at it. You know what I mean? Because I'm around. You know what I mean? I'm an Aries, so I had to realize that that's who I am by nature. You know what I mean? So I know who I am, and I know my flaws. I know my flaws. I think that us being realistic with ourselves too about who we are is going to help us grow too, knowing what you are capable of doing and knowing what you are not capable of doing. Be realistic with yourself and push yourself, man. I want to share something with you that I just was thinking about. When I was in prison and I was going to school to get my GED, I remember a few of them guys that I know they was paying people. I don't know, $50, commissary or whatever, $40, green money, $50 green, whatever it was, to take their GED test. And someone else will go in there like it's them with their number and their badge, and they'll take the whole test for them because it was just ways to do it. And there's ways to get around everything. So a lot of people who wanted it, some people did. I know a lot of people who just paid somebody to get it. Like, hey man, go in there and do that. I know if, and I got a guy, one of my partners, man, got life sentence. Shout out to Quick, man. Hate to see my guy, he got locked up young, man. Good guy, man. Almost blind because his glass was about this thick. Quick, man, was very, very smart, man. And I remember he used to take a lot of people GED tests for him. And I remember him coming to me, man. I was studying for mine, and he was like, "Man, Kinfolk, man, man, you ain't gotta do that, man." I said, "I like to see you on your gram, but I go do it for you, bro." Like he even want to try. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna just go do it for you because I gotta go do this other dudes because they don't know people." He'll go in there with some glass, and they take glass, but like he'll switch it up, cut his hair, and I was like, "Nah, man, I want to know what I got. I want to know, can I do it?" You know what I mean? And I never forget, he looked at me and said, "Man, I respect that, man." He said, "Man, you gonna get it." And I remember the first time I took it, I didn't pass. I actually missed it by 2 points. 2 points, and it was in literature and arts, where you got to read all those paragraphs. And I ran out of time, so I had to mark a couple. But when I went back and took the test again, I took 3 of them, instead of the one I needed. And then I passed the literature and arts and kind of boosted my score up. Yeah, I always sleep. Good, good rising. I always sleep. It just seemed like I don't. But most definitely, doing that, man, it just made me realize that I wanted to see what I had for myself. Like, man, what do I get? Can I do this for myself? So everything that I have accomplished, from fabricating, welding, engineering, mobile welding, just getting out here in the field, like I wanted to see could I do it. I want to see could I build my shipping container conversion. I want to see, I wanted to actually start this business. I want to see could I do it from start to ground. Could I learn how to establish the EIN, how to maintain my AWS search, how to get these licenses, how to get these quotes. I want to see could I do it. You know what I mean? Because me having a passion of doing it, I reach other people to gain more information. And I have. I rub shoulders who people gave me information. I didn't pay for information. I didn't went to classes, seminars. I think that it's all about you willing to give what it takes. You know what I mean? And the thing that I want the most, I'm willing to give because I'm knowing that in order to have the freedom that I'm looking for, I'm gonna have to have someone else gain that freedom. So, I give organic content out. I got hundreds of videos, different kind, and I'm always seeing someone running across something new and leaving a comment like, man, I didn't know you had this, or man, I appreciate that. I really needed that. Was a good word right on time. You never know how you gonna help somebody. But I knew that it was gonna be some people that was gonna be looking, searching. It's just like I was searching, and I'm always searching and looking for good information. But I was looking for someone who was black, that was a welder, that was independent, that was actually teaching me how to do a business, how to get it off the ground. It wasn't teaching me how to get a job. It wasn't teaching me how to tap back into the system, how to do everything through the system. Oh, I gotta get the contracts through the man. Like I wanted to do something different. Like, man, is it a way we can do this? Can we create our own way to create a product to network with them, or can we find a way to charge our own prices? Why do I have to go with the going rate? Can I do something different? It's like it was so much constriction, so to speak, man. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's why I started stressing products over talent because I found my freedom in that, you know what I mean? And building things and creating things and building people's imaginations and building people's ideas and even mine, you know what I mean? And helping with that need. And, we always gonna have, like I say, bills to pay. So having some products to sell that's a need, not necessarily just what build, but what's a need in that area, that community, and say, okay, I'm gonna provide this too to make an income while I'm doing this because we still got bills to pay. So you can't be naive and think that you're just gonna go with one way. We have to most definitely put our eggs in different baskets. Like if you only got three, then you need to have them in three different separate places. If you got two, put them, separate them. That way you can be able to, if something is slow over here, you can be eating over here. If that's slow, you can eat over there. You see what I'm saying? But it's all about um, applying, the information and really making sure that you have more than one way to do something. But I just wanted to say that this morning that what you want the most, you're gonna have to give. You want the likes, you want the followers, the subscribers, the views, the support, the organic love, whatever you're looking for. Um, you're looking for, relationships. You know what I mean. Um, you're gonna have to be able to give. You know how they say, um, the person that want friends got to show himself friendly. You have to be able to become what you want. And it's just a basic principle. I think that's a basic principle that we look over, because on the pursuit of just trying to live and do things that sometimes people just won't, you know. And I'm a Generation X, actually. I'm born 1980, so I'm right there. In 81 is when the millennial started. And, being actually conceived or made, was started being conceived in 79. And it made me just, I think being my age, being 40 years old and seeing what I'm in that unique era, I was able to see some cool things, you know what I mean? I was able to experience some things that most people don't really go through, especially from the South, and the work ethics and just the background. And sometimes, man, I sit back and I think about it now, man. It's amazing to even be here, man. You know, I'm truly that I'm truly that kid, the child that many people said wouldn't make it to 18. You know what I mean? I'm truly that one. That I heard it all the time that I was gonna get caught up in the streets because how we was raised, and what my mom was trying to do. She was trying her best to protect me from something, but at the same time, she had to try to provide, so she wasn't there. You know what I mean? And when you think about certain things, man, you just have to put everything into perspective to know that, hey, you made it because you didn't give up. You wanted something better. And I think I'm always gonna be hungry. Like I'm always wanting better, and I'm always willing to give. And sometimes you have to give up some things. You have to give up some desires, some things that you are comfortable with, things that you really enjoy. Sometimes you got to give them up. And I realize that now. I didn't. At one time, I remember trying to hold on to certain things, and I remember a parable. I'm gonna share this with you before I let y'all go this morning. It's actually not a parable; it's a story, and it's about a king. And this king, he was sick and he was dying, and he was willing to do anything to save his life. Anything, like he was willing to do anything. Like he was trying to get all the best physicians. He was willing to give half of his kingdom away. He even said, "I give half of everything I own. Just leave me with something to maintain. I just want to live." I heard about this prophet, and one of his right hand mans told him about this prophet. We need to go talk to this guy. He can heal you. I think he can probably tell us what we need. We done tried everything. So they went out there with offerings, and be the king. He wanted to show up and show out. You know how we do. And he was like, "Man, I got this issue. I'm willing to give this." He told the prophet his situation, and the prophet told him something simple. He said, "You see that lake over there? Go dive in that lake 7 times. And the 8th time, when you get out the 8th time, you be healed." He looked at him like, "Really? I can't wade down here, and this dude want me to jump in this water?" He felt like dude just disrespected him. And his right hand man told him, "Hey, king, you was willing to give away half your kingdom. He don't want none of that. He's just telling you to jump in this water 7 times. The 8th time you're gonna be good. I think you should try it out." And you see how simple certain things are. Even though it was simple, what did it require? He had to do something. He had to get his ass off the horse and jump in the water. See, everything requires something. And that's what people don't realize. Work ethics, it requires you to do something. Even if I give you the blueprint to success, you still got to work it. It ain't just going to turn into money. You got to hustle it. You see what I'm saying? So the king got down and jumped in there. Needless to say, he was healed. For extra so many more years, he had to enjoy his life. And I think the moral of that story to me was sometimes it be the simple things that we have to do, that we feel too prideful to do, that we don't want to show the same love, that we feel like, oh, I'm better than that or whatever, but you really not. What are you willing to do? What you say you want to get it, are you willing to do the simple things like share other people's stuff, follow other people that's doing what you like, share some of their stuff, like some of their stuff, and then eventually they might be looking at you, and then eventually they might say something on the inbox or say something. You might be able to slide them some information. Hey, this is what I do. Check me out. You never know, but you got to be willing to do something. He had to get off the horse. Get off the horse, walk to the water, dive in it 7 times. What are you willing to do? Might be something simple, like sharing somebody else's stuff, liking somebody else's stuff, encouraging someone else. It might be something simple. But you gonna have to do something. You gonna have to put some type of work ethics in. And I think that that's where most people mess up at, man. That's where we really go wrong at, because we missed it. You're gonna have to do something. Work ethics is a must. You know what I mean? Like this year, we have seen that things are going digital. So if you are not already there, you need to get there soon, or it's like you're not even gonna exist. People don't network the same way that we used to network. Like, so you got to go with the flow. You can't say, "Well, I'm not on this, I'm not on that, I can't do." Sometimes you got to do. You have to exist on certain things because that's where things are going. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be out there to show what you do. You know. So just keep your options open, man, and be willing to give. Be willing to support those you want to support you, and you're gonna get it. It's just like the man that knocked on the door. They said if you keep knocking, the door gonna be open. They didn't tell you how long you had to knock. Sometimes you might be there all night, and eventually somebody come up there and say, you know what, I'm tired of hearing this knock. I'm gonna go and open this door up. You never know, but don't assume it's gonna knock. Somebody gonna come to the door the first 2, 3, 4 times. It might take a minute. They might be doing something. It might not be as important to them just yet. You haven't made enough noise yet. Keep making enough noise, and you'll get what you want. Hog on.